Hi, I'm Charlotte Seams, and I'm an independent ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I want to do a quick video for you on setting up a Plexus notebook. Now, this tool is something I put together before I even had a business. I had high hopes, and I actually wanted to get ready for when I knew those customers and ambassadors were going to start coming in. And so I wanted a way to keep organized and to have things at my fingertips. And so in a way, it was an act of faith to set this up. And so it's not fancy, it's, kind of handmade. In fact, you can even see this is a year later and I am still using this notebook. So I shot this video a few months ago for my team, and now I'm redoing the front and the back. But I just wanted to tell you that now that I've used it for a year, I can still say that it's a helpful tool. So let's get into the how-tos. The first thing is the notebook itself. I just found a pink 3-ring binder, and it has a clear front on it so you can add sheets into it. And then I printed the Plexus logo and then added my name and phone number, and so that's just kind of a fun pink notebook. And I have to show you on the back, this is kind of a little way I keep track of myself and kind of reward myself. I had silver on here. I'm a gold ambassador now, and so I just found scrapbooking paper and scrapbooking letters and added that. And I've already got the senior letters ready to add when I rank senior gold, which I hope is soon. And so that was just kind of a fun little thing that I do. And then let's take a look at the inside. The first thing I have is our Plexus price list, and that is in a sheet protector because I use it every single day. My upline told me when I started that this is something I'd want to have nearby, and I kind of thought, well, I wonder why, and now I know. So I need to refer to it to tell people prices or look at PV. I have it right here. On the back of that, in the same sheet protector, is our compensation plan because, again, I refer to it frequently, and it's nice to not have to go look it up on the website. The next sheet protector is our a printout of the welcome pack options, and I've got some things I've written on it, just to keep track for me. And so that's nice because if I'm on the phone or emailing with an ambassador, I have it right here at my fingertips. Same thing with the auto qual options, where I don't have to remember all these and memorize. If I'm on the phone, I can just flip to this in the notebook. The first tab I have is my team, and I have a little smiley face on there because that's how I feel about my team. And I have some sheets in here that are my ambassadors. I keep track of them and the follow-up and things like that. And so that's just a form that I made that is in our group files that you can find there. And then at the back of the team section, I have just plain notebook paper, and that is where I keep track. There's one sheet for each ambassador, and I keep track of notes from our phone calls so I can remember about their family or, what's going on in their business, that kind of thing, to keep track. I was going to make a form for this, and then I realized that was kind of overkill, and I would have to print them and print more when I ran out, and it was just easier to just have plain notebook paper. I want to keep this simple. The next thing is my customers, and I also have a form for that, and I keep track of customers and follow up there. And then the next tab is Plexus Worldwide, and I just printed the contact information from the website, and you'll notice I crossed out the fax number because I found that I kept glancing at that and trying to give that number to people, and so it's really nice to have the numbers and the hours of operation at your fingertips when you're working with customers. And then also I have a few sheets about the company, about the opportunity and why Plexus is so awesome, and that's nice to have under that tab also. Next is info and troubleshooting, and that is when I'm working with customers, I can print things from the groups or things that I come across that could be things that could help people, and so that's nice to have printed in your notebook. And then next is scripts and business ideas. And this is not, when I say scripts, I mean more, wording that people have used that's helpful, not a speech that I memorize. This is more, ways to say things. And then the information is just, things about each product. And that section will be expanded more, I'm sure, as I go, as I find interesting things and print them. And the next tab is goals, and then my why. And those two things are just notebook paper and talk about my goals for ranking and for things I want to do in the business. And then my why is my dreams and vision for the future.
and what I know that Plexus is going to do in my life and my family's life. And then at the back, just more plain notebook paper for notes and to refill the other section.
Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I reshot the beginning and the end because I wanted to redo the video to some extent. And like I said, now that I've used it for a year, I can tell you that I still do use it. There's only one thing that has changed, and that's been pretty recently. Instead of keeping track of my ambassador calls in my 3-ring, after a year and adding a lot of team members, it was getting too heavy and bulky for me to carry around. So I actually made up a separate notebook that's just a 3-ring, and you know, I had to make it pretty and put a graphic on it. And so I just use a plain notebook and keep track of my notes for phone calls. And that is just a matter of the date and the person's name, and then I write my notes. But I'm going to start keeping that in a spiral notebook. But I had to keep it, I had to shop for a notebook and find one with a nice stiff back so that I could write on it, because I usually take it back to my bedroom because that's the only quiet place in the house to be able to do a phone call with somebody. But other than that, I still use my notebook as is. And so I hope you found this helpful.